Jersey, worldwide. I'm standing next to the king of soca. I'm very honored. Machel, you're my friend. I've known you for a long time. I'm not gonna embarrass you. I'm not gonna do any mix up, but please just say hello to everybody.
Hey, it's Machel H a day. I'm sipping on juice because I'm getting loose.
Okay.
And I'm not tripping because Missy is here. She's my baby.
Thank you, thank you. Now, I'm a little angry. You didn't do my favorite song, but I guess that happens because your catalog is so long that every time you perform, you can't do every song. But
every time we perform, we change the songs. But we was having a little bit of technical difficulties with the set on stage.
Okay.
You know, big up GB, God bless, for rescuing the set. We had no crossfaders, so we was trying to make magic up there, you know, so we had to leave out a couple things and a couple joints. But that's what we do. We always make you want more and come back. You're going to get something else somewhere else. Okay. I remember you got that first in Boston,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
So every day is a different day, different page. That's how we keep it exciting and keep them coming.
Well, that's good. And, you know, speaking of that, that's interesting because you have a way of reinventing yourself every few years. You have your HD band, but you keep renaming them. Am I wrong here?
Well, I mean, the band are the musicians. You know, we long time separate artists from band. You know, I have a lot of great musicians that I work with. The HD band, Machel Montano HD is Machel Montano HD. The experience of the band members. Our band members are really more than band members. They're more than musicians. They're the ones who have helped me shape soca music over the last 3-4 years. You know, people like Dwayne Antrobus, my keyboard player. He's the producer of Wine in Season and Temper Wine and Don't Hold Me Back. All those songs out of Barbados. And then the drummer, who's Colonel Roberts, he's the son of Lord Kitchener. He's been writing songs like Jumbie, Hide and High, Band of the Year, all the Road March songs for me and Patrice. He writes most of Patrice Roberts' material. So, you know, the band is not really a band. We are a bunch of musicians and creators who create music. That's why we call the experience Machel Montano HD, because I said to them, look, we're going to have to keep doing what we have to do to take soca music further and further. Right now, we're embarking on an even more serious journey to do that. You know, we're going to take some time off the road and we're going to be in the studio in Trinidad, in LA, in New York, and we're going to be meeting with a lot of different producers, really trying to find a next sound, a new song. We want to take it a little step up from the Carnival material. We want to separate Carnival from what soca music is going to sound like throughout the year. So we're going to investigate and sort of experiment and come up with something that we like.
Okay, now you...
That's a mouthful, right?
Yeah, I love it though. I love it. I love it. So Trinidad is your home, of course, and I think last time I ran into you, you said you now are like dual residents. You have a place in LA. Is that true?
I'm flipping all over the world. Big up to New York, big up to Queens. I'm all over. I'm all over. I got the king got to line with the Queens at. The king got to be with the Queens at.
That's right. I know. And you know, the first time I met you was when Lady Saw was performing in Trinidad, and we got a night off, and they said, listen, you have to go to Club Zen. They said, Missy, if you don't go to Maracas and all the way, but you have to go to Club Zen. And so I went to Club Zen. Beanie Man was there. He was hanging out too. And they said, this is Machel Montano. I said, okay, yeah, hey, nice to meet you. Because what a fool. This was a long time ago, but I really did not know soca like I know now. And it's because of you, because I went back and I did my research, and I'm amazed. Like, I'm so impressed. People that don't know anything about soca, I mean, once they find you and they discover you, it is a whole new world.
It's the doorway, you know, and I feel really honored to work hard to make people notice. A lot of dancehall people will say, you know, I never liked soca, Marsha, but when I heard you do it, I like it, because sometimes they see the professionalism, and it's not easy for a lot of the artists who getting into soca. They're young and they're inexperienced. So my journey is to sort of open the doors for them, but also at the same time to set standards that they will follow, and hopefully, you know, we will get there. You know, soca music is young, and it's really dedicated to the West Indians who jump on the Labor Day parade and the Miami Carnival parade and the Caribana parade and Trinidad Carnival and Barbados crop over. Is really designed for that. And now we're starting to come out of that shell and try to experiment our way into putting the music in a format that will be like reggae, dancehall, hip-hop, things that reach out to the world. So, you know, it's going to take some time, and this is what you have to do. I'm glad to introduce you to something that you're going to venture in and really find how sweet it is, because, you know, we just a fun-loving bunch. Yeah.
It does take one person at a time. You are definitely doing that. And in bringing up Carnival, I have to agree. You've just given a whole new meaning for me with Carnival. I've seen you just shut down parkways. I mean, thousands and thousands of people that just feel a vibe and the energy, especially with you up on a truck, and you just command the people. You just give an order, and the whole place, it's just everybody in unison. It's a beautiful feeling. How was Carnival this year for you?
This year was great. It was a lot of hard work, and we experimented with a lot of things. And as I say, Carnival and being on the truck and the parades is just one look. Soca music is a bit different from hip hop and dancehall, as it's not about cars, monies, and girls all the time. It's really about praising together, jumping together, uplifting people, making them really release some of that energy that might be pent up. It's a good cure for anger. It's a good cure for sadness.
But when we're broke, we feel rich.
You feel uplifted. So this is if you really see it beyond the big truck and beyond the parade, you could come to a club in House of Blues and see Machel Montano sitting down behind a piano singing that song, Sound of the Caribbean. Soca music is now fused with dancehall in terms of like Sean Paul and the beats of Elephant Man. You're gonna hear soca in there. If you listen to Pitbull, you're gonna hear soca up in there. So we have influenced a lot of tracks around the world, and our music is really about getting you dancing and getting your spirit up.
You just said it exactly. I was going to ask you that. With my experience with dancehall, I've noticed that most of the popular rhythms right now, they almost have an underlying soca rhythm to them, and I think it's wicked. The wibble wobble rhythm, some of the other rhythms, I mean, a lot of the daggerin tunes. How do you feel about that? Because I definitely think it really stems from your work.
It's a good sign. I've been trying to mesh the soca. Been doing it with Red Rat, been doing it with Shaggy, been doing it with Buccaneer, been doing it with Beatty Man, been doing it with a lot of reggae artists, Buju Banton up to recently. And before, Bounty Killer one time say, Marsha, me now want hear nothing but soca. Me now want hear nothing. Next day he come back and say, Marsha, me like that Kevin Little thing, Marshall, next thing Bounty Killer in Trinidad doing soca. So everybody have to take some time to get into it and feel the beat. But we have worked over a couple of years. I've been in this game 25 years, and I've been trying to preach unity. I went to school for the first time in my life in Jamaica. I went to Mona Prep, big up Jamaica. I used to live there. Yes. So I know what dancehall is like, and I know what it is to mix soca. But at the end of the day, we all Caribbean people, and if we want to have an effect on the world, is to show them how we learn to love. We learn to love across different cultures. We live in Trinidad, Indians next to Africans, next to Chinese. You go Jamaica, you see Byron Lee, a Chinese man singing Trinidad soca in Jamaica, and still he run dynamic and work with enough dancehall artists, Admiral Bailey, this one. So it's like we understand how to unite, and I think as West Indians, that is what we can bring to the world, and we could definitely use music as the vehicle to transport love.
I hear you. You are a very busy man. You are the hardest working man in soca. I really, really appreciate this time. But before I let you go, my favorite song right now is Slow Wine. And how did that come about?
Well, that's all about my gears. Right now, I'm going to take it down slow, And I was listening to most of the dancehall in Trinidad. There's a lot of cartel, a lot of vado, a lot of the daggerin, a lot of the juk. And, I was just saying, sometimes I would like to take it slow. This is the time in my life when I want to slow down a little bit. I've been on tour for 27 years. I've been working since I was 9 years old, hitting the road, hitting the streets. I never miss a show. I've been doing every carnival, everywhere. So I was saying, you know what? I want to slow down, and enough times in the soca music we wanted to start to explore slowing down the tempo a little bit. If you look at when Shaggy was out there, it was Angel, and it was me, it was slow, and then after Shaggy was Sean Paul, who was a little faster, with Give Me the Light, and after Sean Paul was Elephant Man with Pony River Pony Bank, was a little faster. The dancehall start coming up to the soca speed, but the soca start coming down to the dancehall speed, things like Kevin Little and Rupee. So we start to come together and converge on each other, and I was thinking that it's time to slow down from the fast-paced songs. I've been one of the people championing the road march songs and the parade songs, and I said, look, it's time to take our slow wine. Too much juk. She don't want too much of the rumping shop. She wanted it slow. Hey, slow. Some give me that slow wine. Say, push that thing right back on me, let it be mine. Up and down when you roll your bumper, look so fine. I got to confess that I like when you do it slow. I like when you do it so. Ooh, whoa, Missy, let go.
My goodness, Machel, you make me jump, you make me whine fast and slow. Thank you so much for your time. It's an honor and a pleasure. Please keep doing what you do. Don't stop. Trust me.
Respect, just some of the philosophy, Missy.